Welcome to Salaam Nerds Podcast. We do reviews and recaps of nerd culture, reality TV, and current events from this week.
Yo, it's Salaam Nerds. My name is Dean, aka Watson Dean, and I'm here with my boy Chad.
We drop live episodes on YouTube on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. All episodes can also be found everywhere podcasts are found. Thank you to all our supporters. Please help us by subscribing and leaving a good review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yo, Salaam Nerds. It's your boy Neebs, aka Watch with Neebs, and I'm not here with my Jazz, aka DJ Lickspittle. I heard that word on the show, and I'm like, that's a funny word. I'm going to use that for Jazz's name. But Jazz is not here today because Jazz is doing more important stuff, but he might join us later. But in the meantime, let me introduce you guys to our guests, and our chat is blowing up before the show even started. It's going nuts, and they're probably here mostly for JJ. Welcome to the show,
and Richard, and you.
Oh, how are you, JJ? How's everything?
Doing good. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. This episode was great. I can't wait to talk about it. So we have 2 more episodes left. So yeah, it's getting close.
Oh, yeah. Some people are saying this is their first time watching live. Watching live is an experience. The comment section is insane.
Oh, yay.
Welcome.
Richard, how are you now that you're not trapped in a car anymore? Last time we had you.
Oh yeah, it's been crazy, but Houston's actually finally settled down, and I say that and we actually just got some more rain today, so
of course,
yeah, we can never escape it. But no, we're doing well. Yeah, finally in my studio, aka my room with my lighting and everything.
Good. That might be me next week because I will be leaving for California this week because I'm going to Comic-Con. So I'm leaving in a few hours to Comic-Con for San Diego. And then next Monday, I don't know. You guys might have to do this without me. We'll see. We'll see if Jazz can handle it. If not, I'll do it remotely. But we will figure it out. Or maybe I'll do it live from the plane. I'll get first class and see if I can get like.
Ooh,
yeah. Write it up as a business expense.
Right up at the business expense.
Exactly.
I need to be first class because I need to do my podcast in the air. That'd be so cool. That's so baller. That's how Tony Stark doing your podcast in a private jet. That'd be so cool.
That is so Tony Stark.
One of these days, we're gonna get to that level, guys. We're all gonna be in a private jet doing the podcast live. That's the goal. That's
Tony Stark was able to make this.
Guys, welcome to the show. We'd love to have everybody in the comment section. This is going to be a great show. This was a great episode. Let's start it off. We start this episode off. What were your thoughts? For me, I really enjoyed it. I feel like, nothing feels as good as seeing Allison get her just desserts. They were so good. Oh man, that was probably my favorite scene where her and Eamon have that conversation. He's like, "Man, we don't really need you here anymore." What were
You're no longer my elite employee.
Oh man, that was fun. JJ, what are your thoughts about this episode?
I love this episode, like especially like the whole dragon lore in it was very good, like the Valyrian chanting and the whole unfortunate thing with Stefan Darkland and then Sea Smoke and Adam. Like that was my favorite part of the episode. Like for me, like that made me like smile ear to ear. Like I could like forget everything else, like any problem that I had with the episode, like that right there put me back. I loved it so much.
People are commenting about our icon. Well, with I don't know if we can see it, but it's basically the kiss.
Oh, okay, nice, good choice.
People are big fans of the icon that we're using. So shout out.
What's the ship name? What is the ship name? Do we know?
Someone just put it in here. Hold on, I just saw somebody mention the ship name. Resaria.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's
good.
good.
We like it.
Letters.
Ashley coining the nickname. That's a lot. That's hard to pronounce, but it works. It works. I love it. All right, guys. Farah, Shubham, all you guys have been joining us every single week. Thank you guys for being here. All right. So this episode starts off with the Lannisters. We get to see the Lannisters for a while. And you know what? For them to have such a big pivotal role in Game of Thrones and be pushed into the background of House of the Dragons is kind of weird to me. Because when they show up again, I was like, oh yeah, we forgot about them. Like they're so big. They're so huge. But in this story, there's not a lot. But how did you guys feel about seeing them again?
They brought lions to a dragon fight.
Right? What the point? What was the point of they had multiple.
I
Like-
had to look twice. Like, are those actual lions? I was freaking out. Like, what the fuck?
That was really interesting. I mean, against people they would work, but not against dragons.
I have no idea how those lions are going to be used. Poor lions. I always root for the animals.
Yeah.
Not a tactically sound war animal at all. They're much more likely to just turn on you and eat your own soldiers. But I mean, hey, if you got Lannister gold, you might as well stunt. I mean, good for them.
It has to be posturing. It has to be posturing. Nothing else. Like, hey, like you said, tactically, how are you going to use them?
I bet you they're not even going to use them in battle at all. That's just literally Jason Lannister's like actual pet, and he just won't go anywhere without them. So
and his name is Fluffy.
The Lannister playing the Tiger King. I cannot financially recover from this.
The armor of Lannister armor looked incredible. Like holy, they are always dripped out. They are always dripped out.
They are always dripped out, and we notice a little bit. Like we know that they're twins, they're brothers, and they're twins running. Which is really interesting. And then he's like, yeah, Aemon's gonna come on a dragon. Don't worry about it. Aemon's like, the fuck you say?
They're like, oh, we're not marching to shit until I see a dragon.
I know. What are your thoughts on that? I thought that was funny. Aemon was not having it.
I mean,
everyone heard about Rook's Rest and then decided, no, we need cover because F that. You don't, now that the skies are an option to own, he who owns the skies owns the ground underneath. And they said, no, sir, we're going to stay in this castle. We're going to relax.
You literally said we're going to chill.
Nah, we're going to chill. We're going to chill.
Well, I mean, Caraxes is in the area. So if he's in Riverlands, like you need a backup.
Yeah. Someone said the lions are going to be Vagar's lunch. No, that's so true. That's so true.
Hey, better lions than the sheep. People need sheep.
That is true. That is true. You can't eat lion, or can you? I don't know.
I don't know.
You ask anyone in King's Landing right now if they would eat lion, dude. They'd eat Maylee's face right now, given the option.
That's true. That is true. They've been eating too much fish.
That's true. If you ain't eating lion, you lying. All right. All right. That's a bad one. I apologize for that one. Where's Jazz to judge me on my jokes? All right.
I'm going to enable your humor, FYI.
The dad jokes, you're going to enable them. That's what we do here. All right. So they're at the council. They're talking. And Allison is like, oh, yeah, maybe he's like, you know what? Maybe you should sit down here. And then they're talking about her as if she's not even there. She's like, yeah, we can just marry her off. Let's marry off the Dowager Queen. And I was like, she's like, no, you can't do that.
And not just anybody, to the Greyjoy's Red Kraken, and he's
they're not nice to women.
No, they're not.
They're not nice to women.
Well, she's getting a better stick of it than Cersei was, because Tywin was this close to getting her. I mean, he was. If he didn't die the next episode, he was going to marry her off, But at least she could say no, that ain't happening, and then everyone's like, all right, fine. Well, okay, what's the next option then?
Yeah, I was like, all right, but we did see Allison have a conversation with Aemon, and he kind of just brushed off, like, you know what, your services are no longer needed. Put in your 2-week notice, tender your resignation. We're good here. And then she's like, and then she had this moment with him where she's like, have you still not forgiven me for all of the stuff that happened in your childhood, or have you not, gotten over the stuff that happened in your childhood? And he's like, don't talk to me like that. He just walks away. That will
burn.
I almost think that she was sort of referencing, like, is it not enough? Like, you killed a boy that caused you to lose the eye. Like, is that not enough of your revenge?
Right.
And Aemon was just not having it. I think he's too traumatized by Aegon's bullying, by what happened to him when he was a kid, Allison not being warm to him his entire life. Essentially, it's what's been implied. So
yeah, I mean, he says, I think he said, the indignities of your childhood have not been avenged, is what she says. And I was just like, true, like, you've done so much. I think you can let it go. But no, he wants it all. Like, he's coming for everything. I don't know.
What's the saying? The child who doesn't feel the warmth of the village will burn it
burn
down.
It, feel its warmth. Yeah.
And he is currently burning the realm, just to prove that he's the big man on campus.
Ooh, that kind of makes me feel bad for him a little bit. I was like, ooh, it's hard because you could see
it's tough.
You can see
But
how
he's
tough
had
it is.
Vagar since he was like a teenager. Like he's had time to get over.
Not even teenager. He was a boy when he
Yeah,
claimed
there you
him.
go.
Like,
Yeah.
like it was crazy. He's had him for a while.
I
Had her
know.
for a
That's
while,
true. That's true.
It's very touching.
We see Corlys come back to the council, and he's wearing the hand of the king after getting that amazing speech by his granddaughter. That was really cool. And when when Rhaenyra comes into the room, she shares her harebrained scheme that she came up with her son. It's like, guys, I got an idea. Hear me out. That's the biggest hear me out I've ever heard on the show. What we're gonna do. This dude, come here. I heard that your great-great-grandmother was a Targaryen. Let's see. And you are of noble
If
birth.
this works.
Let's see if this works. And Sea Smoke was like, bitch, please.
Nope.
Which is really
I've
interesting.
seen way too many memes from Black Twitter on Sea Smoke's decision.
Them
Brothers
dragons is
only.
the greatest hashtag ever created in history of that app. It's the greatest thing ever.
Oh my god!
The one I saw is where you have that Peter Griffin meme where it says like dark and like light and brown, and it goes like
I saw that one.
and like the one Sea Smoke burns. I was like, yo, Sea Smoke gets down with the brown.
Yeah.
We like to see it. And I made this comment where like Sea Smoke is basically like one of those like brown women who waited their whole lives for their parents to arrange their marriage, and then at the end they're like, fucking, I'm just gonna go find my own husband. That's exactly what Sea Smoke did.
But
which
even
I
like
love.
a few episodes back, like he was sort of stalking him a little bit, like
Yeah.
He's
Adam
been-
in the.
He's been in his general direction. Yeah.
Correct. He's been kind of scoping him out for a while. So
Sea Smoke is like the guy from You, just like stalking him. He's like, yeah, you want to ride me, don't you? That's exactly what Sea Smoke does.
I literally made 4 meme videos just now on my TikTok in like 5 minutes. Just
That
like
is so funny.
this episode on that part was given like everything, all the humor, but like I'm just kind of curious how they're gonna like handle Laenor. Like, did he die off screen? Like, what happened? Are they disregarding that? Like, Laenor gonna make appearance? Like,
Yeah,
I'm just kind of curious how that's gonna happen.
that's
Yeah.
so funny. So the one that Sea Smoke was the one that claimed Adam, but this line is funny. Sea Smoke Kardashian. I can't believe he said that. The comment is crazy.
Wow.
Oh my god, that is.
But you know
crazy.
that episode of New Girl when Schmidt goes into his daughter's school,
Yeah.
and like she said, somebody brought a kid to school. A white man, no.
A white man? No. What did the school do about it? Nothing. Typical.
Typical. That's how, like, when he was looking at Stefan Dark, white man, no. He ran off.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's exactly what happened. That's so funny. So someone says, he said to Adam, you remind me of someone. I can't quite put my wing on it. But it's really interesting because, like, to the dragons, what matters more is how strong the blood is, not how noble the house is. The dragons don't give a shit about like nobility. They care more about like DNA and blood. So that
there's
makes
a
sense.
lot of there's a lot of like blood magic involved in their bond. Like, this is like thousands of years of lore, like how Valyrians were able to tame them through sorcery, through spells, through blood magic, through whips and horns. Like, there's all these different types of ways that they were able to control them. So it's kind of interesting what they're doing with Westerosi dragons. Like, I'm very curious. And George R. Martin has never been very specific. Like, the author has never said this is what makes a dragon bond to a person.
Sure,
it's just it's an emotional thing. It's a dragon's call. So you can like Rhaena, like it's implied that she tried and the dragons have rejected her. So you kind of wonder why that is. Is it because she's timid, because she's scared, because she's self-conscious,
or they're just not the right dragon for you, right? It's
just
right. It could be anything.
Bottom line,
One of the things that I thought people mentioned was that they were like, oh, why did the dragon go for Adam and not Alan when Alan is the one with the white hair? But they're both bastards of Corlys. They just one just doesn't have black hair, and that's simply because that's how genetics works. Like the mom.
I mean,
doesn't have
they could have
hair.
picked it from his mother, Marilda. She's got dark hair in canon, so
like Jason,
very possible.
They have black hair, and their mother is obviously Rhaenyra. So
correct. Strong boys all have dark hair and dark features. Like
So it's just 50-50 really. So that's why they went after them. But they are brothers. And I did like the scene where he's like shaving his white hair off. I
You
thought
can
that
see
was
the stubble.
cool.
Yeah, that was great.
That was
Yeah,
very
even right before that, he had like kind of like the towel wrapping over his head because he hadn't quite got to shave it.
Yeah.
That's what I said to him. Like, I bet there's white hair underneath that, and he's hiding it because he's not ready
Yeah.
to show everybody that his father's Corliss Velaryon. Although people know, they talk. Like,
I just thought he was like North African coded, like Sudan or like Somali. And I was like, oh man, I thought that's what he was rocking it. No, but that was really cool. Sir Stefan is a kebab now, so he is gone.
R.I.P. Stefan. Too bad. He was very
R.I.P.
loyal to the end. Yeah.
He tried.
Exactly.
He
He tried.
tried.
He was a good man, but he is no dragon rider. All right. And then we hear Damon again, and now he's having these dreams, and he meets Viserys, and you know, he's like, did you say it? Did you say air for the day? And he's like, you know, thinking back all these things that are being said to him. What are your thoughts about that dream? And he was trying to escape.
Like, the first thing, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He's coming to terms with all like I mean, I'm sure he's had all of these misdeeds kind of stuck in the back of his head that he's, you know, more or less pushed back there and not had to confront, and thought, you know, hey, you know, everybody's the hero in their own story. But now that he's having this chance to really reflect, he gets to see Patty. I love Patty.
He was amazing in the first season. Like, he should have been nominated for an award. He was so good at Viserys.
He didn't get nominated?
He did not. Shocking. And George R. R. Martin, the author, said that the Viserys in House of the Dragon is far better than his Viserys, which is a huge compliment from the author to say something like that. So the fact that Patty Considine didn't get a nomination is still shocking to me.
Yeah. No, that was really good. God, he kills every scene that he is. But it does feel like all of these dreams, like, where are they going with this? Is this supposed to be therapy for Damon? Is Damon going through ghost therapy? Like,
I know, yeah.
Like, that's what it is. That's interesting. And,
it's just everything is haunting him. All of his decisions, everything. Like, his biggest contention, and obviously, like, I tweeted before the episode, I'm like, if this vision, if he has another one in the Harrenhal and it does not end with Viserys on the throne or anywhere, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Pardon my French, because everything culminates to Viserys and Viserys' sort of rejection of Daemon. But that's because Daemon was a dick, which is kind of like says horrible things. He wasn't there for his brother when his son died, when his wife died, when he just wasn't there. And so, and it's haunting Daemon, and finally culminated into maybe some sort of closure. Hopefully, I should have been there is literally like, you should have been there.
And now he's finally got stuff to do in the Riverlands. Now that who was it, Grover Tully, the elder Tully is finally gone. And I do like that they insinuated that Alice is the one that pushed him over the edge. But
Alice being busy.
But right before that, didn't you say the winds will change in 3 days? And then
3 days.
But
this has been like a lot of like I don't know, just kind of placeholding for him until the Riverlands are ready to march, and kind of the rest of the story is progressing up until that point. So, I mean, everyone says, oh, you know, they hate the flashback scenes and, you know, the this and the that. And it's like, yeah, okay, but it's something Damon needed to go through. And his character, you know, in the books, otherwise is more or less just sitting around, just waiting on this army to assemble. So, you know, at least they gave us something and didn't just let his character go super stale.
Right.
You're absolutely 100% correct.
Which makes sense.
It is what it is.
It felt like they overdid it, maybe like 2-3 episodes of just like repetitive, like we see him going through motions. Maybe they could have done a little bit more with the weirwoods, maybe more with Alice in the sense. But also all the theories about Alice being invisible, that only Daemon sees her.
That's gone. That's
officially
gone.
It's done. What did he say? Like, what was the manner of his death, of Grover Tully's death? I was laughing so hard.
By the way, she had that rat in her pocket the whole time. You know, when the owl comes out, she just got a mouse for it and just walks around with a dead mouse in their pocket. Demon Alice.
Alice does.
I love her character so much. She's been one of my favorites. I love her so much.
Is it Alice River fulfilling her own prophecy because she's a barn owl? That's what
she's a barn owl. Correct. Good call.
That makes sense. That makes sense, man. No, that was really, really cool. She talked to him. She talked about the curse of the black, and she said it was his burden to bear. but then he finally asked her for counsel, not for help, for counsel. Like that makes it because he can't let go of his pride, which is what I'm gonna say from now on to like my nieces. Do you need counsel? Like, do you need counsel with that? We're not saying help anymore. We're not using help.
I love that. That's so good. I
When
might
I
use
get kindergarten, can you counsel me with this? That'd be so funny. Oh man, that's
Caraxes was ready to pull a Balerian so bad. He's tired of Harrenhal. That is so true. That boy was ready to go. Like,
I want to go.
Oh yeah, Craxus. Look at this lip sync that out. Yeah, Craxus. Oh my god, I love seeing him though.
Snack.
He's so cool.
I
Such
love
a
that
cool-
dragon. Very cool looking dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. So the seeds did not work. So they decided to say, hey, we'll try again, but we're not gonna try again for a while. So we'll see that. But there are still more silver haired people that we got to see this episode, and two of them were the barmaid, and the other was what's that guy's name? Arf.
You have Alf White, and you have the other white hair guy, Hugh Hammer.
Hugh
the
Hammer,
one that was
right?
looking for the food for his family. Yeah.
So we see all three of them, but they're all in King's Landing, and I was thinking like, how would they be writers for anybody, because they're all the way in King's Landing, they're on the green side. And then when we see the food come in,
shortage,
I'm like, oh shit, they are playing chess. That
Rhaenyra
is
out here winning wars with Uber Eats. I saw someone do that.
Dragon Dash.
Dragon Dash.
But that scene was shot so beautifully. Like you see the one ship, and then it just zooms out. All of them. I was like, oh, beautiful shot. And I was just like, damn, that scene was amazing.
Missaria is way too smart for everybody. Yup.
She's way too.
She's way too smart.
She's way too smart, man. We love that. I thought that was really, really cool. Let's see. He said Aemon's brothel mommy turning against him. Well, she
sure did.
But she told him, like, the small folks are the ones to suffer, and she's over there like,
she's not wrong.
Invite to the party. Why would she be for him?
Yeah,
exactly. Like if
outside.
If he like, maybe that's even a lie, like even if she's making that up, but like, if you're the Prince Regent and you're inviting party girls, like, and you don't invite the one that you were with for a long time, like, yeah. Plus he was kind of rude to her previous episode.
She's
yeah. Mm-hmm. So I thought Mysera was going to send an assassin. That was going to be the gift. I didn't think it was going to be food, but it was nutrition. She was sending them because all they've been eating is fish, right?
Yeah, so pretty much.
They were sick of it, and like it was smart. It was the smartest move you can make. It got everyone to turn on them, and we even see Aemon discussing this, and he's like, "Why are they blaming me? Why aren't they blaming Rhaenyra, the Pretender, who's blocking off all these gates?" And then she's like, sending them food while blocking them, which is like, ooh, that's so.
Well, you're still in charge of King's Landing, like you're still the regent.
Yeah,
so.
that's your burden to bear. Like
you're the burden to bear.
Yeah, exactly. So I totally get that. I thought that was really, really cool. But I love seeing, Hugh the Hammer, because he's just like nice, kind guy, but even him had to turn to like fighting somebody, stealing their food, which is like how desperate people are getting, right?
Everyone's that desperate, but Hugh Hammer is a blacksmith and a larger person. So at that time, if you're not, armed or whatever, these hands are ready to eat for everybody. My daughter's eating tonight.
Yeah,
and they showed his wife in a previous scene that she was in line for food and she's begging for scraps. Like, so it's like everybody's so desperate. So yeah, it was total chaos in King's Landing. I
really like this because we never see this in Game of Thrones. Like the small folks are kind of just like, just there.
Afterthought,
yeah. But this one, they're like actual people, and I really, really enjoy seeing this part.
Which is why you're probably going to enjoy Dunkin' Egg next year. It's very small folk oriented. So
ooh,
yay!
Like the small folks. I like them.
We
too.
love small folks. Yes.
But back to Aemon. So while he's discussing all of this stuff, Larys seems to think that he's gotten the job as the hand, and he goes, "No, you toad."
Oh, that was something else.
Toad. I'm gonna call somebody that before the end of the year. And
you toad.
You toad. I was expecting him to go like, "Do you know what happens to a toad when he's struck by lightning?" Just some kind of line.
No, you did not just say that. Oh my god.
We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back.
Oh,
When I was younger and I heard that, I would have tattooed that on my body. I was eating
That
it.
would have been a mistake.
Oh, big mistake now as an adult. But when I was younger, oh, it was Oscar performance to me. I love Storm.
They should redo it with Dragonfire. Do you know what happened to a toad when he struck by
When he gets struck by Dragonfire.
Dragonfire?
same thing as everybody else.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, it's so bad.
How do we petition for
Hindsight.
this to happen? I'm gonna make this a meme. I'm gonna find this and do this.
Do it. Do
Oh,
it.
God. That's
And it's
so-
yours. I haven't seen it anywhere. That's
oh
totally
my
yours.
God. All
But I
right.
do like how Laris is. He thought he was getting in Aemon's good graces, and then the moment he realized, oh, this isn't my ticket. You know,
Nope.
this isn't the person that's going to be putting me up and ahead in the big scheme of things. He goes running right back to Aegon, and I mean I don't blame him,
No.
but yeah, it's you could see from the get-go that he was always going to serve the person who could advance him the highest. And it started with the feet thing with Allison, and whatever. But then immediately when he saw that her star was falling and, she wasn't going to be able to take him any further, he jumps over to Aegon. And then whenever Aegon goes down, he jumps over, tries to, make good with Aemon. And then when he sees that that's not the right option, he goes running right back to Aegon because that was his next, that's his next best hope.
But honestly, I'll say it right now. That scene with him and Aegon discussing his disability and now the fact that Aegon is disabled is probably my favorite thing in that entire episode. It felt
really
like classic George R. R. Martin discussion because you have a lot of like the cripples and the broken things conversations in the Song of Ice and Fire. The people that underestimate a lot of these characters that appear broken and weak, but they're not. Love that whole conversation with them and Aegon begging for help because he's pretending he doesn't remember just because he knows Aemon is so
because he knows
unhinged.
that if he remembers, he's dead.
Yeah, remember he like gripped his sheets or something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like he like started to like freeze up like this because he's scared of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrion
really
quoted
reminds
as
me of-
hell. Yes.
Who was it? When Tyrion's telling Oberyn how well Cersei can use honest emotions to do dishonest things. That's what Laris's conversation with Aegon really felt like. It's like, he's using his true personal experience about being a cripple, but make no mistake, this dude is a ladder climber, and that's all he's trying to do right here.
And people will underestimate you. It's the exact quote he uses, and I loved it. Like it was probably my favorite scene.
This is where
dialogue-wise.
I feel like House of the Dragon is very House of Cards. It's just like you can see all the politics and happening. I can see like Kevin Spacey's character going back from one person to another, going back and forth. It's very House of Cards, and I really like that. And even like what you mentioned about like cripples, we see Mysaria talk about how she couldn't have kids and what happened with her and how she was broken. And in Game of Thrones, we know that the other White Worm was a eunuch and he had stuff done to him and he had to resort to stuff. So it is a little bit about underestimating the people who are damaged or crippled and stuff like that. And it could be one of their most useful powers. So you see that as a reoccurring theme in the show. And I think that's really well done, especially in this show.
And Martin does that really, in my opinion, pretty well. He's got so many array of different characters that sort of live on the fringes of society. The society sort of rejects. Even Tyrion with his last name, he's still not good enough just because he's perceived because of his size, being a small person. Bran, main character of the series, he's disabled, book one and onward. And he's one of the major players. So these conversations are so great to me just because they echo George R. R. Martin so much in the Song of Ice and Fire, and I loved it. That's probably my favorite scene. Walk unseen, yes, what Farah just wrote, perfect. And Tyrion quoted.
What did it say? Those are the who walk unseen. Yeah, those are the who walk unseen. Yep. Someone says it was a big episode with the underdogs.
Yes.
We got some vulnerability with Laris, and I thought it was great. Yep.
And he was actually vulnerable in that moment because he is going through the same thing as the king. Aegon is permanently disabled now.
Disabled, yeah. Someone says Aegon and Helena are the only people I feel bad for. I don't know about Aegon.
I don't know about Aegon. He's pretty rough. He's still pretty bad. He's sympathetic. Don't get me wrong. You could be bad and you could be sympathetic. That's kind of the theme of the story.
Yeah. crippled bastards and broken things coded.
Yep.
Yep.
Tyrion Lannister.
My father and mother blame me for one of the households casting a spell. Love that Alice reference by Laris.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was implied that Alice put some sort of a spell on the child when he was born, on Laris, so came out clubfoot.
Yeah. That's crazy. All right, cool. Some of those stuff. I didn't even catch that Alice reference. That was a good one. So let's talk about Rhaena in the Veil, because we see her in the Veil, and she is with this kid, and she sees all of this fire, and they're like, "Wait, is there a dragon here? Is there still a dragon to be used?" And then we see the scene with baby dragons, which I thought was really cute.
And one of them just like slumped to sleep.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's adorable. I would watch a show with just baby dragons. I don't even need them grown up.
Nope.
Just give us baby dragons. Yeah, so we see that, and then she had to talk, and they said, well, someone else is going to take them, the king of like Pentos, I believe.
Yeah.
And he was the one who offered Daemon to live there. Daemon and his wife, who is Rhaena's mother.
In previous season, yeah, they were with Prince Reggio in Pentos, yeah.
So he's willing to take them on and take the kids and take her, and the queen over there in the Veil is kind of like, okay, aren't you happy? Aren't you happy that they'll take you? And she's like, you didn't tell me the dragon here. She's like, yeah,
a big one, yeah,
a big one, yeah. It's been around for a while, so we'll see. I don't want to spoil anything, but like, I haven't read the book, I don't know anything, but like, are we gonna finally get a dragon? Because that would be really cool. I don't know. Don't tell me, but that would be super cool.
I can confirm nor deny these allegations.
Neither confirm or deny. Yes, no, maybe.
all right. I thought that'd be cool. She gets a dragon. She gets to stay here. I think that'll be really cool. But that's really interesting that there's just a dragon away from Dragonstone, and he's just like in this part, and he's just like chilling. And he's like a wild dragon that you gotta tame like a Pokemon. A wild dragon appears. There's basically a Charizard out there. That's all that is. That's all that is over there. So we'll see that. Yeah, dragons in the Veil. Some people in the comments saying that. All right.
Dragon being there is probably why she's so damn adamant. Not just the Greens coming and attacking her in the Veil, but like just knowing that there's a dragon out there and seeing it. You know, not necessarily seeing it, but just having a visual that these things are out and about. That probably definitely makes her feel powerless, and that's why she's like, yeah, I wanted a dragon to protect me, not to raise up as like a kitten.
Yeah. So. Exactly.
The author does imply that dragons don't just fly in Vale randomly. They stay close to the Dragonstone because of the volcanoes and the heat. But like Jane Arendt, she says that this dragon's obviously expanding his food supply. So it's probably because of all the sheep are being fed to the war dragons, like this, whatever this wild dragon is. Like went a little further to look for the sheep.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, cool. Yeah, dragons. I feel like a lot of these book readers in the comments know something and they're not telling us. Good. Let's keep it secret. Let's keep it safe. All right.
You guys are good there, not saying anything.
I know. Shout out to you guys, man. Comment section is.
Hey, don't turn that over. Don't turn that over to Twitter, because not only will you get spoilers, you get like a full detailed accounting of.
You get season 3 leaks at this point. The way it's going.
You want to know who lives and dies? Ask Twitter. You'll find out.
No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. But yeah, so another part of this episode that I really like was the conversation between Allison and Gawain, and where they talked about her other child, who she seems very distant of. And she's like, tell me a little bit about him. And they're like, oh no, he grew up perfectly normal. She's like, oh no, it was me. Am I the problem? Am I the problem? Which I think
the way Gwen said, "Oh, he's kind." Oof, that must have stung so bad.
It's like he almost didn't want to admit to her that, like, hey, he's a good lad. But like,
I got that too.
Yeah, your kids are shit. At least the ones that you had a hand in raising. You should have sent them all to freaking Old Town.
Oh man,
I kind of felt bad for her there for a second, because again, it's like, is it the mother? Or is it the court? So that was like the gist of that conversation. I did too, a little bit.
I think a little bit from column A, a little bit from column
B.
Right?
She's 2 for 2, but she only raised 3 of them. So
yeah,
Helena came out just fine, and then
did she though?
She's a little
she's a little kooky, but yeah, so far
Kookie's fine.
She's a dreamer.
In comparison to her psychotic and grapist brothers. She's a gem.
That is true.
And
But
also
she-
having prophetic visions all the time. Yeah,
but she
it's
did
not
make
an easy
her
life.
marry her brother, which I would not recommend.
Yeah, incest is bad. It's like
We're-
we don't need to say that.
We're
Do
gonna
we?
frown on that. I don't know.
1-star review.
I don't know your internet search history, so I don't know.
Oh, that's
What-
too funny.
What else do we got? Let's see what more comments. Someone says 1 out of the 3. Yes, 1 out of the 3. We finally got more info on Daron. Yes, that was
Yep.
true.
They're on the daring.
Like you could tell she didn't want to be raised to the court herself. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
also true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gwaine seems over the King's Landing BS. He's
Yeah.
over. Yeah, he's like, I'm done.
He saw a dragon and was like,
He looks like he still
fuck
had
this.
like smudge and like
Yeah.
soot on his face from like the last dragon fight. Like, dude, I get it's King's
Yeah.
Landing and it's not the cleanest place, but go take a shower. You're highborn.
Literally, you're
Jesus.
literally.
Yeah. So someone says Helena is autistic, but that actually makes her better. Yeah, that I
She's
would
definitely
agree.
coded in that.
Coded.
way.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Mhm.
Proof vaccines don't cause autism.
What kind of vaccines are they taking in King's Landing? Best part of me was Aemon denying responsibility for Aegon's new disability.
Aemon
Interesting.
denying responsibility.
What did I
Oh yeah,
miss?
because he hasn't. He won't. I mean,
No,
yeah,
he tried to kill him. Like, what did I want?
well, to
He
everybody
literally tried
else,
to
like
kill him.
he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't do that. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
he's
Well,
trying
he
to make
didn't
sure
say
that
anything. He didn't
that
say
Aegon
anything.
knows, like, hey, don't say a word, or you could end up pillow smothered.
That's
You
true.
know.
That's true.
That's
like
why
this
he said,
comment.
"I don't remember."
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I would say that too, man. I'm like, I don't remember anything, man. Someone said Gwaine is sweet for not blaming Allison. Otto would have definitely blamed her. Oh yeah. Though to be
Maybe.
fair, Otto should be blamed too. Otto's
Maybe,
he had a
maybe.
hand in it, and no pun intended.
Oh, he's coming. He's coming back.
Oh, Return of the Mac. Otto's gonna come back.
We need Otto Hightower. He's a great character.
Gwaine's top 5 character. He's too funny, man, but he has such a punchable face. That's so funny. Yes. So yeah, this was a comment. Helena is proof that vaccines don't cause autism because vaccines didn't exist back then. Aemon, when I catch you. Yeah. Basically, all the kids who escaped Otto thrived. Let's blame the old part. That is so true. That is so true.
Like he wanted to use his kids to prop up himself.
The man tried to kill him and took Blackfire too. Who is this in reference to?
Aemon.
Aemon is
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around with Blackfire and
Because he's carrying Aegon's sword. If you see it,
Oh, the
sheathed
sword
on
is
his hip,
Blackfire. Oh yeah,
that's
that is
Blackfire, yeah.
true. That is true.
and the dagger. He's
And the
basically
dagger.
took everything except
Yeah.
for the crown and said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, this is mine now." Yoink.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Also, notice that like she didn't even go towards Kristen. She went straight to Gwaine. She's like, I'm not even about that man anymore. Everyone who's ever been with that man has gotten the ick.
Well, I thought they had a bit of a moment right before he rode off. They kind of looked at each other and she kind of nodded lightly.
Oh, I
And I
must
think
have
they-
missed that.
Yeah.
I've
they
nodded
came-
to people like that I wanted to see dead, so I can't say that. Just like
I didn't get that out of that, but yeah.
I don't think she's gonna let him hit again. I'll be honest.
No.
I do think their affair is done for sure.
Oh yeah. Otto was like, you could not live with the consequences for your own failure. So you come back.
Where did that bring you? Back to me.
That's great.
Oh,
That's
Otto
great.
Thanos. That is great.
Agent of Chaos. Yep.
Oh man, that is great. All right, what else happened? So we got Helena at the, I guess, the church or something that they're going to, and this is when the food thing happens. Everybody realizes
Oh,
the food is
yeah,
coming
the
back,
sept.
and this bitch get hit with a fish. So that's what happened,
Queen of
which
Fishes.
I thought that was
I wonder
wild.
about the timing of that food coming in, because obviously Massaria knows that the queen, the Dowager Queen, goes to the sept daily to go pray and to light her
Damn.
candles and to drop
true.
that food at a certain time near the harbor, near where the sept is, where people would be running. I wonder if that was intentional, Massaria. I wouldn't put
Yeah.
it past her, but it could be just completely coincidental.
Because they did time it 2 episodes ago when Rhaenyra went to meet her, right? So she does know her
They were
timing.
that calculated with their timing. Now I get it's a bunch of boats that you're letting float in, and so it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Can
but I
you
wouldn't
really
put it past-
control when these boats are gonna come in?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah,
like.
Come-
I would
It's too-
if she
this
took
is like
credit
crazy
for it.
conspiracy shit.
Yeah, if she took credit for it, I'd be like, you know what, thumbs up. But if she said straight up, just like, yeah, dude, I didn't know that, but hey, she got a fish in the face. So
I'll take it. That fish in the face was kind of satisfying though. I was like, oh damn,
The queen of fishes.
the queen of fishes. And then we see them run away, which I think the scene was done so well because it was so chaotic where I actually felt for them. And I was like, oh man, I don't know what could happen. Especially the scene where he grabs her arm and then the other guy cuts off the hand. And I was like, this is madness. And the thing is, I actually saw this scene in a trailer and I thought it was going to happen when they were parading Jarrus's body around.
Yeah, the way that those scenes were cut in the trailer, it looked like they were attacked during the funeral. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, this is where that scene is from, which was really confusing, but I'm glad they did that because I was like, oh, now they threw me for a loop a little bit, which I thought was really, really cool. But yeah, the food comes in and they are not happy with her. They turn on her, which is so interesting because just a few weeks ago, they were praising her and cursing Rhaenyra and calling her like all of these names for
Rhaenyra the
decapitating a
cruel.
baby. Yeah. So this is why corporate America tries to win people over with pizza parties.
food will change their minds. I know.
Yeah. Pizza Fridays, they won't need raises.
Desperation breeds all kinds of,
right?
All kinds of different things.
Aegon hanging the rat catchers, like Otto said, reduced a lot of their goodwill with the people that they had built up. So then they get hungry and sorry.
Yeah. He shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Cam says Allison getting cut in the same part of her arm where she cut Rhaenyra last season.
Yes, I noticed that.
Same parallel.
That that's really good. That was really cool. Fed people versus unfed people. Yeah, big difference. If you ever had a girlfriend, you know, just feed her. Half of your arguments will go away.
Pretty much.
You crank up the volume in the car. And then you hope that you can get to McDonald's or Wingstop or wherever you're trying to get in 5 to 10 minutes. And so help me God, if there's a line at the drive-thru, you're screwed. But if there's not, you might be able to squeeze in before an argument ensues. But
the quickest way to go from demon to angel is just like take the food with
10-piece
it's just fries.
Oh my god, it's so funny. In every single Smallfolk ride, someone always gets pulled apart by the mob. Oh yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
Every time.
The small of King's Landing pissed me off. Y'all are starving and decided to throw food. That is true.
I said the same thing when I was watching the episode. Like, why are you throwing like lettuce and like
Xavier? That's a good point.
Like, why are you throwing food?
Even starving people don't like vegetables. Don't get on me, Mom.
That is true. There's probably some science to it. Yeah. Man. Love Aegon's lip spittle Kingsguard getting beat up by the Smallfolk.
Yeah.
When you lie on your resume,
perfect. When you lie and you get the job. Oh, that is such a good point. Yes.
Oh, look at Farah said Helena telling Allison one of her toys isn't working is a reference to Aegon. Is it?
So
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's an Aegon because of the little cricket or a bug, something that was in a little cage, like it stopped singing. It's kind of strange. I thought she might have referenced Allison being fired, like she no longer has a voice. But it could be Aegon too.
Yo, this comment is out of pocket. They call Aegon and Allison our tuna melt. Because one's the queen of fish, the other was melted. You wrong for this, Michelle.
Oh my God, Michelle.
You wrong for this.
Jail. That's bad. I love it.
Yeah, some of the people in the comments are like, now I'm hungry. Oh man.
For fish?
That's crazy. All right. What else happened? So we got the queen and Allison get away. They cut off the arms. We saw that. And then we see a little bit of what happened. What do I have here? Dream. Oh, Grover Tully dead. Oh, we talked about this already. Alice River crying. Damon was crying. We talked about all of that already. And then we talked a little bit about Rhaenyra and Visera and how about their conversation. I really like their conversation. It really opened up a lot about women being underestimated and how they were used by men. And then she also talked about Damon, about how they both dated Damon and now they're hooking up with each other. And I'm just like, what's happening here? This is
and then you find out a lot about tragedy in Mysaria, that she was raped by her father. She was pregnant and then he did stuff to her. She can no longer have children, which kind of, when you think of the first season on the bridge, when Daemon says Mysaria is pregnant and then the camera zooms in on her face.
Yeah.
Now when you know how painful that must have been to hear that, knowing that she can have children from all the
she was
abuse.
just basically she's a tool for his. Basically, just to piss off his brother, just,
basically, that's right.
He's just using her again as he always does. So,
yeah.
And apparently, Emma Darcy, they improvised the kiss. It wasn't.
I heard that too. They're supposed to just like breathe heavy on each other, and then they were like,
it was supposed to be intense hug or something, like maybe like even breathing into the neck, and then Emma Darcy improvised the kiss, which was great.
Which like same.
They got chemistry. They've had chemistry since the beginning, since like the characters were put together in the same place. So I thought they had great chemistry.
All right, and then we get to one of the highlights of the episode. We see Seasmoke. He's out there. He's looking and he's running after people, and then he chases down Adam, and he's like, "You gonna be my bitch?" And
he wanted him.
That's it. It's like it's like the girl proposing to the man. It's like, hey, it's 2024 in Westeros. Anything can happen. We're progressive here. I thought
friend of mine, she tweeted, "Oh, you look French shaped. I want you."
That is true. He is French shaped because he is the shape of one of her friends. So I totally get that. That was really cool. And then Rhaenyra finds out and she dips and she's like, "Who the hell is riding a dragon? Who claims Seasmoke? We need to get to the bottom of this." And I feel like this is going to cause problems because everyone thinks that you could only be of noble birth. And you can't just have like one random shipper go and become Seasmoke. So it seems like they're going to have to reveal that he is the bastard son of Corlys, or else it's going to be like anybody can ride a dragon.
I think it was heavily implied that she was, because she was mentioning how basically who of noble birth is going to want to do this after they hear what happened to Sir Stefan. When you think about the small folk, they ain't got nothing to lose. I mean, if you have a chance to throw yourself up, into nobility and basically be a dragon rider, given the chance, like
glory, like chance at a glory.
Yeah, I mean, you give me a chance right now to put $1 billion in my bank account. I might look at Dragonfire. I mean, shoot up, right? But
how desperate can you be? Like, the risk is so high, but the payoff is.
But the payoff is, and again, like since you're not already highborn, you don't have much. You don't really have much to lose, anyways. So
also depends on like where your mind is at. Because you asked me a year ago, I would have done it for a chicken nugget. Like, I would have been like, man, listen,
real.
The chicken nugget is just a bonus at this point. You need a fire.
So
depression's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, they're definitely going to it's definitely going to be implied that she's going to be looking at like bastards and stuff like that as really her bread and butter for getting a lot of these seats filled and on these dragons. I did see somebody posted the video of Samuel L. Jackson from Django. Who is this N-word on this neck? And because from next episode, you see them both on the beach, kind of like looking at each other, talking to each other. But I saw that, I was like, oh, I love this app.
Twitter's out of control. But like it does play into like also like Targaryens thinking it's only nobility, and that sort of shatters that illusion. It could be bastard-born children,
Yeah, that's true.
Which again, her sons are, so she shouldn't be surprised because they had dragons in their crib. Like,
also bastards have funny. Like more potent blood than somebody whose great grandmother had. Like,
exactly, 50%. 50% shot is a lot more than like a 1/32 or however the math breaks down.
Exactly. The math wasn't mathing for sure. Oh man, yeah. Rhaenyra said bisexual, right? Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
Did the lads get cut or not? Which lads are we talking about?
We won't talk about that because it's a spoiler.
Oh, boo! No spoilers. All right.
Yeah, don't ask stuff about the book in the future, please.
Let's
see. Comments.
Oh, I love, even though Rhaenyra mistrusted Mysteria at first, they found a bond with each other. That is true. They did. Yep.
She gives her good advice, really good advice this entire time. So totally see why the two women would bond, especially like they have like Mysteria has traumatic past. Rhaenyra is in a very tough position, so they bonded based on that as well.
This is interesting.
A lot of people say that like she's like working, she's gonna betray her or something like that. It's like, dude, no, Mysaria's had every chance to lead
Yeah.
Rhaenyra astray and give bad advice and stuff like that. Like, make
That's
no mistake, Mysaria is going to look out for herself, but as
Mhm.
long as you basically like Tyrion, you know, whatever they're paying, I'll pay double. As long as you stay on that kind of level with Mysaria, she's never going to double cross you. I mean, she's a spy master, and it is what it is. That's just the nature of her existence. But
True.
you know, I'll see a bunch of people just like, oh, you know, this and that about Mysaria, and I'm just like, dude, relax. Like, what's she done wrong to you?
I agree. What the fuck is happening? And I think they review bombed the episode because of the kissing.
No way. Oh, typical.
Yeah.
If like I can take dragons, but I draw the line at like with the kissing. That's good. That's literally like
and I have a feeling. And besides the bigots, there's another group that's probably review bombing that episode. 100%. Like Rhaenyra and Alicent shippers, like, are fucking crazy on the internet. Like they're crazy. I'm telling you, if besides the bigots, they are review bombing this episode 100%. I've seen some crazy shit said about Rhaenyra, like crazy shit. Weird. I did not realize people hated bisexual women so much. Like, fucking nuts, man. Crazy.
I have no idea. I'm literally learning about this right now. That's crazy.
Don't go on the internet. Like, I'm sorry, Twitter. Like, they'll spoil it for you. Like, literally, they'll spoil the end of the book for you. But like, some of the nastiest shit I've ever seen in my life, to a point where I'm just gonna delete the app. I swear to God.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Take it anymore. It's that bad.
I just look at a few memes here and there, but hopefully none of them have been spoily. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to block the word hard block the word like ship and
same
a few other tag words and stuff like that I can tag just to
I never want to hear that fucking word again. I swear to God. Children watching the show. Like, I swear to
God. Someone said they straight watched Cersei and Dany. Is that a thing? I don't know.
It's a lot more complicated than just that.
Okay,
let's just put it that way.
Yeah, George R. R. Martin, he likes to write. It's a fantasy novel for sure.
I just got this comment. I didn't understand it at first, but now it makes sense. The comment says Mysaria.
I saw that. Somebody tweeted that last night during the episode. I thought it was the funniest shit.
I literally did not understand this, and it took me 2 minutes to get it. Mysaria and Adam become dragon riders this episode. Yeah, they do. Oh man, I'm so naive. All right. See Smoke pulled up like surprise, motherfucker. A Dexter reference. All right.
Not even that. Like, he even he drifted.
Yeah.
He like landed and like right in front of him, like the legs drifted like a cat when he's running away. I was laughing so hard. It was the greatest scene. Like, it brought joy back to me. Like, my joy returned. I loved it so much.
Someone says low-born dragon seeds, high-born dragon seeds.
Some. Not all of them are good people. I'm sorry.
Someone says Sea-Smoke needed a rider with some pigment. That is so true. He needed some melanin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Adam is Laenor's half brother. Maybe that plays into it.
That is
well.
also true. That is
you
also
smell familiar. Get on. We're going fighting.
You are the father.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the boys do talk. The boys are grown men. They talk about like he's never gonna take us as sons or whatever. They mention the word sons, so it's not a secret that they are his children. And even Rhaenys is like, your mother must have been really beautiful.
Really beautiful.
And Marilda is described as very beautiful. So
this comment took me out. My MTF is like, they're going to be recruiting out of the hood like army recruiters.
Oh my God.
That's
I can't even laugh. They got me.
Oh man. Oh no.
You want a $20,000 bonus and a Hellcat? Come on down. We got dragons for you.
We had those tables in tents in my high school as well. I remember.
Someone says, put me on a dragon. I've got student loan to pay.
Real.
Oh my God, that is so funny. Love seeing Rhaenyra go off on Cyrax to see who claims these folks. She was like, I got to see this firsthand.
She's worried that a green took sea smoke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a big deal. If a green took sea smoke, not good.
No, that's definitely not good. The next episode, not Jace saying we're the blood of the dragon, but what is it worth if anyone could lay claim to it? Meanwhile, it was his own idea.
It's class warfare. I mean, they still don't. If you're not highborn or like well thought of, like highborn bastard and stuff like that. Because I guess he still doesn't know.
Yeah.
That this is a highborn bastard. But yeah, it's just class warfare. It always will.
It's just
be.
ironic he's saying that. Your dad
Yeah.
is not Lanor. You know that, like.
Yeah, exactly.
But his dad was a man of how strong. Like he's still technically highborn, but yeah,
That's true. And Strongs have like connection to First Men, if I remember correctly. So it makes sense that there's extra magic there involved.
yeah, and good hair.
And very good hair. My goodness.
I like this comment. Someone says, with all the haunting dreams Damon is having, it makes you wonder if he will have a change of heart when he goes back to Rhaenyra.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I feel like that's what they're kind of leading into, but like I feel like Damon is way too stubborn. So it might feel like he's going that way, and then at the very end, his greed will get the best of him.
He might drop the king, or he might go back to calling himself King Consort.
Yeah.
instead of the king. So we'll see.
Yeah.
First, he has to clean up all the Riverland like mess that he made. He's got to clean that up.
Someone says my favorite joke is Alton is trying to kill herself next episode because she heard Rhaenyra kiss another woman who wasn't her.
The shipper, shipper jokes,
God.
man. Oof.
Oh man, that's crazy. All right, let's see what else we got. We got a few more comments. Let's see. Sea Smoke. What is it? Sea Smoke was playing tag with Adam.
He did. He totally was.
He's like, got you, bitches.
He's flirting with him, like the whole time, courting him.
Yeah.
Why don't you want me? Get on.
Yeah. Jason's getting more fed up with Rhaenyra each episode.
A little bit. He seems irritated by her quite a bit.
They're both reflections of each other, though, because like they're both frustrated for the exact same reasons that they feel coddled and can't join the war effort, and so they just need to both get over it and just understand that one's the queen and the one is the very next in line, and you're both too valuable to lose. So
way too correct, high risk. Like
without them, the war's lost. There is no point in the war. So
no, that's true. That's true, man. That's all they got. Yeah. Well, listen. That's the end of the episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for the comments. Is there anything we didn't talk about that happened in this episode? I feel like we covered everything.
Rhaenyra slapping Lord Celtigar.
How can she slap? How can she slap? Someone explain that. That might be too old of a meme for some of you guys. That's an old meme.
How can she slap me, sir?
How can she slap me? How can she slap?
It's my fault you forgot to fear me. Oh, gospel. Loved it.
Fortunately, Celtigar knew to just shut his mouth and walk away when the time was right. But
nope.
Rhaenyra slapping men and kissing girls. We won.
Yep. What did the 5 fingers? They see the face. Cold-blooded.
It's my fault that you forgot to fear me. Oh,
that was a dope line. That was a dope line. That line was fire. Oh my god, that was so good.
I loved the episode. Like there was a lot going on. There was just a lot going on, but they're like over an hour long episodes, which is great. So.
Yeah, it almost felt like filler for the first 30 minutes, and then like as you go back, and when I went back and I looked at the episode, I was like, "No, there's so much here. Like this is not filler. This is moving the plot along nicely."
Correct. This to me is a very rewatchable episode. I watched Sea Smoke taunting Adam like 50 times. I kid you not. I fucking love that scene.
Cool. That's a cool looking dragon. No, I really, really like that. It was a really cool episode. Before we go, JJ, let people know where they can find you.
You can find me in all of the social medias, TikTok, Twitter, and I don't use Instagram as much, but TikTok and Twitter under Lady Dragon JJ.
All right. And Richard, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. Follow me for a bad time at Fuck Off Harvey.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody in the comments. We got so many people. Michelle, Cam, Shubham, Farah, Christy, MTF, so many people. I'm always right. Lots of people in the comments. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us every Monday. We're going to do another episode next week and then another one the week after. I will try to join it. If not, hopefully Jazz can hold it down because I will be in San Diego Comic-Con. So it'll depend on how good the internet is at my hotel and my Airbnb. So we'll see. But until next time, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, give us a good review on Apple Podcasts, help us out with the algorithm. And until next time, Salaam, nerds.